be thy intents wicked or charitable. Thou comest in such a questionable shape that I will speak to thee. I'll call thee Hamlet, King, Father, O royal Dane, oh answer me, let me not burst in ignorance, but tell why thy canonized bones, hearsed in death, have burst their cerements. Why the sepulchre, wherein we saw thee quietly inurned, hath oped his ponderous and marble jaws to cast thee up again. What may this mean, that thou, dead, coarse, again in complete steel, revisits thus the glimpses of the moon, making night hideous? And we, fools of nature, so horridly to shake our disposition with thoughts beyond the reaches of our souls. Say, why is this? Wherefore? What should we do?
It beckons you to go away with it, as if it some impartment did desire to you alone.
Look, with what courteous action it waves you to a more removed ground. But do not go with it.
No, by no means.
It will not speak, but I will follow it.
Do not, my lord.
Why? What should be the fear? I do not set my life at a pin's fee. And for my soul, what can it do to that? Being a thing immortal as itself. It waves me forth again, I'll follow it.
What if it tempt you toward the flood, my lord, or to the dreadful summit of a cliff that beetles o'er its base into the sea, and there assumes some other horrible form that deprives your sovereignty of reason and draws you into madness? Think of it! The very place puts toys of desperation without more motive into every brain that stares so many fathoms into the sea and hears the roar beneath.
It waves me still. Go on. I'll follow thee.
You shall not go, my lord.
Hold off your hands. Be ruled, you shall not go, my face cries out, and makes each petty artery in this body as hardy as the mean lion's nerve. Still, I am cold. Unhand me, gentlemen. By heaven, I'll make a ghost of him that lets me. I say, away! Go on. I'll follow thee.
He waxes desperate with imagination.
Once followed, 'tis not fit thus to obey him.
Have after. To what issue will this come?
Something is rotten in the state of Denmark.
Heaven will direct it.
Nay, let's follow him.
Certainly my conscience will serve me to run from this Jew, my master. Fiend is at my elbow and tempts me, saying to me, Gobbo, Lancelot Gobbo, good Lancelot, or good Gobbo, or good Lancelot Gobbo. Take the star, use your legs, run away. When my conscience says no.
Take heed, honest Lancelot. Take heed, honest Gobbo.
Or, as aforesaid,
Honest Lancelot Gobbo. Do not run. Scorn running with thy heels.
well, the most courageous fiend bids me back. Fia, says the fiend. Away, says the fiend. For the heavens rouse up a brave mind, says the fiend. And run! Well, my conscience hanging about the neck of my heart says very wisely to me. friend Lancelot, being an honest man's son, or rather, being an honest woman's son, for my father did something smack. And he wrote you? Well, my conscience says, Lancelot, budge not. Budge, says the fiend. Budge not, says my conscience. Conscience, say I. You counsel well. Fiend, say I. You counsel well. To be ruled by my conscience, I should stay with the Jew, my master, who, God bless the mark, is a kind of devil. But to run from the Jew, I should be ruled by the fiend, who, save your reverence, is the devil himself. Certainly the Jew is the very devil incarnation, and in my conscience is but a hard conscience to offer me counsel to stay with the Jew. The fiend gives the more friendly advice. I will. Fiend, my heels are at your command. I will run.
Oh, good evening, Casca. Brought you Caesar home? Why are you breathless and why stare you so?
Are you not moved when all the sway of earth shakes like a thing unfirm? Oh, Cicero, I have seen tempests when the scolding winds have rived the knotty oaks, and I have seen the ambitious ocean swell and rage and foam to be exalted with the threatening clouds, but never till tonight, never till now, did I go through a tempest-dropping fire. Either there is a civil strife in heaven, or else the world, too saucy with the gods, incenses them to send destruction.
Why, saw you anything so wonderful?
A common slave, you know him well by sight, held up his left hand, which did flame and burn like 20 torches joined, and yet his hand, not sensible of fire, remained unscorched. Besides, I had not since put up my sword against the Capitol, I met a lion who glared upon me and walked surly by without annoying me. And there were drawn upon a heap 100 ghastly women, transformed with their fear, who swore they saw men all in fire walk up and down the streets. And yesterday, the bird of night did sit even at noonday upon the marketplace, hooting and shrieking. When all these prodigies do so conjointly meet, let not men say, these are their reasons, they are natural, for I believe they are pretentious things unto the climate that they send upon.
Indeed, it is a strange, disposed time, and men may construe things after their fashion, clean to the purpose of the things that was. Come Caesar to the Capitol tomorrow?
He doth, for he did bid Antonius send word to you that he would be there tomorrow.
Good night then, Casca. This disturbed sky is not to walk in.
Farewell, Cicero.
I never want to hear you speak again.
Thy wish was father, Harry, to that thought. I stay too long by thee. I weary thee. What? Dost thou so hunger for mine empty chair, that thou wilt needs invest thee with mine honors before thy hour be ripe? Oh, foolish youth! Thou seekest the greatness that will o'erwhelm thee. Stay but a little. For my cloud of dignity is held from falling with so weak a wind that it will quickly drop. My day is dim, thou hast stolen that which after some few hours were thine without offense, and at my death thou hast seized up thy reputation. Thy life did manifest thou lovest me not, and thou wilt have me die assured of it. Thou hidest 1,000 daggers in thy thoughts that thou hast whetted on thy stony heart to strike at half an hour of my life. What? Canst thou not forbear me half an hour? Then get thee gone, and dig my grave thyself, and bid the merry bells ring in thine ear that thou art crowned, not that I am dead. Let the tears that should bedew my hearse be drops of balm to sanctify thy head. Only compound me with forgotten dust. Give that which gave thee life unto the worms. Pluck down my governors, break my decrees, for now a time has come to mock and form. Harry V is crowned, up vanity, down royal state. All you sage councillors hence, and unto the English court assemble now from every region apes of idleness. Now, neighbor confines, purge you of your scum. Have you a ruffian that will swear, dance, drink, revel the night? Rob, murder, commit the oldest sins, the newest kinds of ways. Be happy then. England shall double gild his treble gilt. England shall give him office, honor, might. For the 5th Harry from curb and license plots the muzzle of restraint, and the wild dog shall flesh his teeth on every innocent. Oh, poor kingdom, sick with civil blows, when that my care could not withhold thy riot. What wilt thou do when riot is thy care? Oh, thou wilt be a wilderness again, peopled with wolves, thy old inhabitants.
Oh, pardon me, my liege. Oh, but for my tears, the moist impediments unto my speech, I had forestalled this dear and deep rebuke ere you with grief had spoke, and I had heard the course of it so far. There is your crown, and he that wears the crown immortally, long guard it yours. If I affect it more than as your honor, and as your renown, oh, let me no more from this obedience rise, which my most inward, true, and duteous spirit teacheth, is prostrate and exterior bending. God witness with me when I here came in and found no course of breath within your majesty. How cold it struck my heart. If I do feign, oh, let me in my present wildness die. Never live to show the incredulous world the noble change that I have purposed. Coming in here, thinking you dead, and dead almost, my liege, to think you were. I spake unto this crown as having sense, and thus upbraided it. The care on thee depending hath fed upon the body of my father. Therefore thou best of gold, art worst of gold. Other, less fine in carat, is more precious, preserving life in medicine potable, but thou most fine, most honored, most renowned, hast et thy bearer up. Thus accusing it, I put it on my head to try with it, as with an enemy that had before my face murdered my father. The quarrel of a true inheritor. But if it did infect my blood with joy, or swell my thoughts to any strain of pride, if any
vain or rebel spirit in me to give the least affection of a welcome to it. God, forever keep it from my head. And make me as the poorest vassal is, that doth with awe and terror kneel to it.
Oh, my son. God bid thee take it hence, that thou mightst win the more thy father's love, pleading so wisely in excuse of it. Come hither, Harry. Sit thou by my bed, and hear the very latest counsel that ever I shall breathe. God knows, my son, by what bypaths and indirect crooked ways I met this crown. I myself know well how troubled it sat upon my head. To thee it shall descend with bitter quiet, better opinion, better confirmation. Yet, though thou standest more sure than I could do, thou art not firm enough. Since griefs are green, and my friends, which thou must make thy friends, have but their stings and teeth newly ta'en out. Follow but this course, to busy giddy minds with foreign morals. This action borne out hence will waste the memory of the former days. More would I, but my lungs are wasted so that my strength of speech has utterly denied me. How I came by that crown, God forgive, and grant that it may in thee in new peace live.
My gracious liege, you won it, wore it, kept it, gave it me. Then true and right must my possession be, which I, with more than with a common pain against all the world, will rightfully maintain.
I have been studying how I may compare this prison where I live unto the world. And for because the world is populous, and here is not a creature but myself, I cannot do it. Yet I'll hammer it out. My brain, I'll prove the female to my soul the father. And these two beget a generation of still breeding thoughts. And these same thoughts people this little world in humors like the people of this world, where no thought is contented. The better sort is thoughts of things divine, are intermixed with scruples and do set the word itself against the word, as come, little ones, and then again it is as hard to come as for a camel to thread the postern of a small needle's eye. Thoughts tending to ambition, they do plot unlikely wonders. How these vain, weak nails may tear a passage through the flinty ribs of this hard world, my ragged prison walls, and for they cannot die
in their own pride. Thoughts tending to content flatter themselves that they are not the first of fortune's slaves, nor shall not be the last, like silly beggars who, sitting in the stock, refuge their shame that many have and others must sit there. And in this thought, they find a kind of ease, bearing their own misfortunes on the back of such as have before endured the like. Thus play I, one person, many people. Sometimes am I king. Then treasons make me wish myself a beggar. And so I am. Then crushing penury persuades me I was better when a king. Then am I kinged again, and by and by think that I am unkinged by Bolingbroke and Streatham. Nothing. But whate'er I be, nor I, nor any man that but man is, with nothing shall be pleased, till he be eased with being nothing. Oh. Music. Do I? Ha! Ha! Keep time! How sour sweet music is when time is broken, no proportion kept. So it is in the music of men's lives. And here have I the daintiness of ear to check time broke in a disordered string, but before the comport of my state and time had not an ear to hear my true time broke. I wasted time. And now doth time waste me.
Wise as thou art cruel. Do not press my tongue-tied patience with too much disdain, lest my sorrow lend me words, and words express the manner of my pity-wanting pain. If I might teach thee wit, better it were, though not to love, yet love, to tell me so. As testy sick men, when their deaths be near, no news but health from their physicians know. For if I should despair, I should grow mad, and in my madness might speak ill of thee. Now, this ill-resting world is made so bad, mad slanderers by mad ears believe it be, that I might not be so, nor thou belied. Bear thine eyes straight, though thy proud heart go wide.
Why should you think that I should woo in scorn? Scorn and derision never come in tears, but when I vow, I weep and vow, so born in them to me all truth appears. Why do these things in me seem false to you, bearing the badge of faith to prove them true?
You do advance your cunning more and more, when truth kills truth, oh devilish holy fray. These vows are Hermia's, will you give her o'er? Wait oath with oath, and you will nothing weigh. These vows to her and me, put in two scales, will even weigh, and both as light as tails.
I have no judgment when to her I swore.
Nor none in my mind, now you give her o'er.
Demetrius loves her, and he loves not you.
Oh, Helena, goddess, perfect, divine, to what my love shall I compare thine eye? Crystal is muddy. Oh, how ripe and show thy lips those kissing cherries tempting grow.
Oh, hell! Oh, I see you all are bent to set against me for your merriment. If your civil and new courtesy would not do me thus much injury, can you not hate me as I know you do, but must join in souls to mock me too? To vow and swear and superpraise my part when I am sure you hate me with your hearts. You both are rivals and love Hermia. Now both are rivals to mock Helena? A trim exploit. A manly enterprise to conjure tears up in a poor maid's eyes with your derision? None of noble sort would so offend a virgin and extort a poor soul's patience, all to make you sport.
You are unkind, Demetrius. Not so, for you love Hermia. This you know, I know. And here, with all goodwill, with all my heart, in Hermia's love I yield you up my part, and yours in Helen, to be the queen, whom I do love and will do till my death.
Never did mockers face more idle breath.
Lysander, keep thy Hermia, I will none. If e'er I loved her, all that love is gone. My heart to her, but as guest, wise sojourned, and now to Helen is in home returned, there to remain.
Helen, it is not so.
Disparage not the faith thou dost not know, lest to thy peril thou abide, dear. Look where thy love comes. Yonder is thy dear.
Dark night, that from the eye dysfunction takes, the ear more quick of apprehension makes. Wherein it doth impair the seeing sense, it pays the hearing, double recompense. Oh, thou art not by mine eye, Lysander, found. My ear, I think, it brought me to thy sound. But why unkindly didst thou leave me so?
Oh, why should he stay whom love doth press to go?
What love could press Lysander from myself?
Why, Lysander's love, who could not let him bide fair Helena, who more engilds the night than all you fiery O's and eyes alike. Why seekst thou me? Could not this make thee know the hate I bear thee made me leave thee so?
You speak not as you think. It cannot be.
Lo, she is one of this confederacy. Now I perceive they have conjoined all three to fashion this false sport in spite of me. Injurious Hermia, most ungrateful maid, have you conspired? Have you of these contrived to bait me with this foul derision? Is all the counsel that we have shared, the sisters' vows, the hours we have spent when we have chid the hasty-footed time for parting us, oh, is all forgot? All school days, friendship, childhood innocence, we Hermia, like two artificial gods, have with our needles created both one flower, both in one sampler, sit on one cushion, both warbling one song, both in one key, as if our hands, our sides, our voices and minds had been incorporate. Oh, and we grow together like to a double cherry, seeming parted, but yet in union and partition. Two lovely berries molded in one stem, so as two seeming bodies but one heart. And will you rent our ancient love asunder and join with these men in scorning your poor friend? It is not friendly, 'tis not maidenly, our sex as well as I may chide you for, though I alone do feel the injury.
I am amazed at your passionate words. I scorn you not. It seems that you scorn me.
Have you not sent Lysander as in scorn to follow me in praise of my face? And made your other love, Demetrius, who even but now did spurn me on his foot, to call me goddess, nymph, divine and rare. Wherefore speaks he this to her he hates? Oh, and wherefore doth Lysander deny your love so rich within his soul, and take of affection, but by your setting on, by your consent? What, though I am not so in grace as you, so hung upon with love, so fortunate, but miserable most to love unloved? This you should pity rather than despise.
I understand not what you mean by this.
I do. Persever, counterfeit, sad looks, make mouths upon me when I turn my back. Wink each another, hold the sweet jester. This sport, well carried, shall be chronicled. If you had any pity, grace, or manners, you would not make me such an argument. But fare you well. 'Tis partly my own fault, which death or absence soon shall remedy.
Stay, gentle Helena, and hear my excuse, my love, my life, my soul, fair Helena.
Oh, excellent!
We do not scorn herself.
If she cannot entreat, I can compel.
Oh, thou canst compel no more than she entreats. Thy threats have no more strength than her weak prayers. Helen, I love thee. By my life I do. I swear by that which I will lose for thee to prove him false that says I love thee not.
I say I love thee more than he can do.
Or if thou say so, withdraw and prove it too. sin, hated poison, hence!
Do you not jest?
Yes, suit, and so do you!
Demetrius, I will keep my word with thee.
I would I had your bond, for I perceive a weak bond holds you.
What? Should I hurt her? Strike her, kill her dead? Although I hate her, I'll not harm her so.
Hate me? What greater harm could you do than hate me? Hate me, wherefore? Oh, me. What news, my love? Am not I Hermia? And not you, Lysander. I am as fair now as I was erewhile. Since night you loved me. Since night you left me. Why then you left me, oh the gods forbid. In earnest shall I say.
I, by my life, I never did desire to see thee more. Therefore, be out of hope, or question of doubt, be certain nothing truer. 'Tis no jest that I do hate thee and love Helena.
Ah! You, Adler, you, King of Blossom, you, people of the world. What, have you come by night and stolen my love's heart from me?
Fine of faith! Have you no modesty, no maiden shame, no touch of bashfulness? Will you tear impatient answers from my gentle tongue? Fie, you counterfeit! You! Puppet, you!
Oh, puppet! Why so? Aye, that way goes the game. Now I perceive that she hath made compare between our statures. Oh, she hath her chin high, and with her personage, her tall personage. She hath prevailed with him. And are you grown so high in his esteem because I am so dwarfish and so low? How low am I, thou painted maypole? Speak! How low am I? I am not yet so low, but that my nails can reach unto thy...
Oh, no! I pray you, though you mock me, gentlemen, let her not do me. I was never cursed, I have no gift in all openness. I'm a right maid in my cowardice. Let her not strike me! Oh, you perhaps may think because she's something lower than myself that I can match her.
Lower! Hark again!
Oh, good Hermia! Do not be so bitter with me. I evermore did love you, Hermia. Did ever keep your counsel. Never wronged you. Save that of love unto Demetrius. Oh, I told him of your stealth into this wood. He followed you for love. I followed him. But he hath shamed me hence and threatened to strike me, spurn me, nay, to kill me too. And now, so you let me quiet go, to Athens will I bear my folly back and follow you no further. Let me go! You see how simple and how fond I am.
Why, who is that keeps you? Get you go!
A foolish heart that I leave here behind.
Well, with Lysander?
Oh, with Demetrius!
Yes! Be not afraid, she shall not harm thee, Helena.
Oh, when she's angry, she's keen and shrewd. She was a vixen when she went to school. And though she be but little...
Oh! Little again! Nothing but low and little! Now you suffer in her flabiness! Let me come to her!
Get you gone, you dwarf! You minimus of ignoring not grass maid! You beat! You acorn!
You are too officious in your behalf that scorns her services. Let her alone. Speak not. Take not her plot. For if thou dost intend never so little show of love to her, thou shalt abide it.
Oh, now she holds me not. Now follow, if thou darest to try who's right in thine or mine is most...
Follow? Nay, I'll go with thee. Cheek by Jove.
Oh, you mistress! All this coil is long for you.
I will not trust you no longer stay in your cursed company. Your hands and mine are quicker for a fray. My legs are, though, longer to run away.
Oh! I am amazed and know not what to say.
Farewell. God knows when we shall meet again. I have a faint, cold fear thrills through my veins that almost freezes up the heat of life. I'll call them back again to comfort me. Nurse! What should she do here? My dismal scene I needs must act alone. Come by it. What if this mixture do not work at all? Shall I be married then tomorrow morning? What if it be a poison which the friar subtly hath ministered to have me dead, lest in this marriage he should be dishonored because he married me before to Romeo? I fear it is, and yet methinks it should not, for he hath still been tried a holy man. How if, when I am laid into the tomb, I wait before the time that Romeo comes to redeem me? There is a fearful point. Shall I not then be stifled in the vault to whose foul mouth no healthsome air breathes in, and there die strangled ere my Romeo comes? Or if I live, is it not very like the horrible conceit of death and night together with the terror of the place? As in a vault, an ancient receptacle, where for these many hundred years the bones of all my buried ancestors are packed. Where bloody Tybalt, yet but green in earth, lies festering in his shroud. Where, as they say, at some hours in the night spirits resort. Alack, alack, is it not like that I, so early waking, what with loathsome smells and shrieks like mandrakes torn out of the earth, that living mortals hearing them run mad? Oh, if I wake, shall I not be distraught, environed with all these hideous fears? And madly play with my forefathers' joints, and pluck the mangled Tybalt from his shroud, and with some great kinsman's bonus with the club dash out my desperate brains. Oh, look. Methinks I see my cousin's ghost seeking out Romeo, that did spit his body upon a rapier's point. Stay, Tybalt, stay! Romeo, I come. This do I drink to thee.
Safely stowed. Softly, boys. Who calls on Hamlet? Oh, here they come.
My lord, what have you done with the dead body?
Compounded it with dust, whereto 'tis kin.
Tell us where 'tis, that we may take it thence and bear it to the chapel.
Do not believe it.
Believe what?
That I can keep your counsel and not mine own. But to be demanded by a sponge, what replication should be made by a son of the king?
Taking me for a sponge, my lord.
Aye, sir, that soaks up the king's countenance, his rewards, his authorities. But such officers do the king best service in the end. He keeps them like an ape an apple, in the corner of his jaw, first mouthed to be last swallowed. When he needs what you have gleaned, it is but squeezing you, and sponge you shall be dry again.
I understand you not, my lord.
I am very glad of it. A knavish speech sleeps in a foolish ear.
My lord, you must tell us where the body is, and go with us to the king.
The body is with the king, but the king is not with the body. The king is a thing.
A thing, my lord?
Of no thing. Bring me to him. Hide, fox, and all after.
potions have I drunk? Of siren tears distilled from limbecks. Foul as hell with it. Applying fears to hopes and hopes to fears. Still losing when I saw myself to win. What wretched errors have my heart committed? Must it have thought itself so blessed? Never. How have mine eyes out of their spheres been fitted? And the distraction of this madding fever. Benefit of ill. Now, I find true that better is by evil still made better. And ruined love when it is built anew grows fairer than at first, more strong, far greater. So I return, rebuked, to my content. And gave by ills thrice more than I have spent.
Ye elves of hills, brooks, standing lakes and groves, and ye that on the sands with printless foot who chase the ebbing Neptune and to fly him when he comes back, you demi-puppets that by moonshine do the green sour ringlets make, that the yew not bites, and the yew whose pastime is to make midnight mushrooms that rejoice to hear the solemn curfew. Who have aided me, weak masters, though ye be, as I have dimmed the noontide sun, called forth the mutinous winds, and made the green sea and the azured vault set them in roaring war. Graves have I commanded their sleepers waked, oaked, and let forth by my so potent art. But this rough magic I here abjure. And when I have required some heavenly music, which now I do, to make mine end on those their senses that this airy charm is for, I'll break my staff, bury it certain fathoms in the earth, and deeper than did ever plummet sound, I'll drown my book. You do look, my son, in a moved sort, as if you were dismayed. Be cheerful, sir. Our revels now are ended. These are actors, as I foretold you, are all spirits, and are melted into air, into thin air. And like the baseless fabric of this vision, the cloud-capped towers, the gorgeous palaces, the solemn temples, the great globe itself, yea, all which it inherit shall dissolve. And like this insubstantial pageant faded, leave not a rack behind. We are such stuff as dreams are made on, and our little life is rounded with a sleep. Sir, I am vexed. Bear with my weakness. My old brain is troubled. Be not disturbed with my infirmity.
If we shadows have offended, think but this, and all is mended, that you have but slumbered here, while these visions did appear, and this weak and idle theme no more yielding, but a dream. Gentles, do not reprehend. If you pardon, we will mend. And as I am an honest puck, if we have unearned luck now to scape the serpent's tongue, we will make amends ere long. Else the puck a liar call. So good night unto you all. Give me your hands if we be friends, and Robin will restore amends. Special thanks that I want to make sure are heard to Antonio Miranda.
Yeah!
Support and cinematography. To Joanne Edelman, who can take money like nobody else. To Elsa Kegelman, who stepped in at the last minute. She's amazing. To Tom Oppenheimer for giving us yet another opportunity to share our passion for humanity, community, and charity, and to the inimitable Angela Vitale. If you feel so moved to donate more, Joanne will be at the door with another bucket. I love you all. Have a wonderful night.